So this is another post about what I want now versus what I want most. Today is Good Friday. Why is it Good Friday? For those of us who are believers, we are celebrating the fact that Jesus died on the cross. There are certain people in certain communities who are like, oh no, he didn't die. Okay, I would argue that the fact that he died is one of the most uncontested facts in history. Let's do your research. But Jesus died. Now we knew it's not what he would have chosen to do. It's not what he wanted. We know what happened yesterday in the Garden of Gethsemane. He was so stressed, so anxious. It was causing him so much of an issue that he sweat drops of blood. That's actually a medical phenomenon that can happen when people are stressed. Jesus did that, but the thing he wanted, if it was his choice, he would have said, nah, I don't want to do this. The pain of the cross, because he knew it was going to be painful, was more than he was able to handle. But then he said, no, not my will, but your will. In Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2, the verse is, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising its shame, and is set at the right hand of God the Father. For those of us, again, who have been following this series, we have to remember that sometimes there's something in front of us that we don't want to do, we might avoid it. Or there are things that we are doing that might be cheap calories, not solving a problem right now, but actually going against the thing that we ultimately want. What did Jesus come to do? He came to reconcile mankind so we could have a relationship with God. And if he hadn't gone through the cross and died, he wouldn't have been able to do that. That was his ultimate goal. And I think there's even more to that from a man point of view. Again, as a generalization, one of the things that men want in relationships that may be different to what women want is respect. But this verse says he endured the cross, despising its shame. He knew it was going to be painful. He knew it was going to be shameful. You know, the day he crucified him naked. You know that, right? So what's the lesson here? If Jesus is our pattern man as an example to us, and as we're talking about what we want now versus what we want most, sometimes we may have to endure the discomfort now. We may have to have the uncomfortable conversation or deal with the pain of waiting or not indulge in the cheap calories, because these things are not helping us get to where we ultimately want to get to. And I think that this verse really encapsulates that Jesus did that for us. So, happy Easter in advance. I hope this weekend is restful and blessed for you, and I hope that this helps you think about everything that Jesus had to endure so that you could have the relationship with God that you have right now. I thought this was going to be the culmination of the series, what I want more versus what I want now versus what I want most. However, as I've been doing it, there's been more and more situations that have been coming to mind. So it's not going to be the end. We will keep going. We'll see where it ends. Happy Good Friday.